Yeah, I think that looks better. Hello there, and welcome back to Vintage Story. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So, yep, a few comments on my last video said they liked the look of the new planter with the actual planter block, but wanted it not at a 45-degree angle. So I just shifted it and it does look better. So we're going to create 2 more of those. I think I'm going to put them both underneath my kitchen windows here. Put one like that, the other one like that. Oh, wait, that's too high. One there and one there. We can grab... Should we want our planer? No? Yes, the, no, this thing. Pantograph. So I want to copy shape and material. Then we can... Not enough materials. Debarked oak log. It is a debarked oak log. Maybe it's because of its orientation. There we go. Yeah, okay. It's the orientation of the log. So I gotta make another one. And then swap those. Go to this. Rotate it. Rotate. Then I have 2 more planters I got from... I have no idea. I looted them somewhere. Do I have cornflowers over here? Daisies, cornflower, yep. Okay, let's grab those. And... Forget-me-nots or lilies of the valley? Let's go with lilies. I think I have a forget-me-not on the inside. There we go. Now we've got a little more decoration on the outside that we can see from the inside. Can't really see the lilies. Might have to change that. Oh no, we have lily on the inside. Okay, maybe I'll swap that to something a little taller then. Alright, that looks good, I think. In the meantime, I have been hard at work. Well, not upgrading. Finishing and changing the textures on all the walls. So now they're all textured, going from the shale to the andesite to the sylvite to granite. I think 4 colors is enough. Well, I don't know if there's another color that would blend better. Slate is a little too brown, I think. Well, this is sort of a gray brown. That's a gray. That's a blue gray. So, I mean, possibly. I don't know. And then I've adjusted this gate. I ran out of all the blocks I was using, so I have to go get more blocks. But I did the corners again. And I've got a shifting palette almost. Trying to replicate what I'm doing there, only it's a much smaller space. Like I said, I ran out, so I need to see about getting my hands on more of these aged blocks. I don't think I'll be able to get any aged sylvite, since you only get those from meteor impact sites. So I have to make do with just the cobbled. I've got to go to another meteor site to collect some raw sylvite, so I could turn it into ashlar blocks, so I could turn it into the dry stones also. But yeah. So I think I'm only going to be able to do cobble and dry stones for this. But I need to find some ruins with aged granite. Like the aged ashlar there. And I want to see about getting some more... Well, finding a ruin with aged andesite also. Then I can mix those into the gatehouses and update that one. I have not yet started on this segment here, which is going to be our armory, but I did mark out where I want it to go to. It's gonna be actually I want it to be a block further back, but this way our armory will come out to here. We'll have plenty of room on the inside to have all of our armor displayed, and I don't think I'll have to come out further than maybe here on the inside. Oh look, we got a storm approaching. No, there. I think that's the plan for that. Oh, I'm not done yet, but I've replaced all of the wood on this side with plaster, and that looks much better, I think. I will do this in plaster also once I make more, and then I'm going to do plaster all across back there, and I like it. I think it looks good. Still need to do all of the walls on the outside of the barn, so that'll be a task for after the Rift Storm. Storm's over, so I was doing a little more work, and I could milk my ewes, and I was able to milk all 3 of them. So now we have just an absolute ton of milk, whereas before we had absolutely none. And I have to go make another linen sheet because we now have another 50 liters of cottage cheese in our cellar, which means we can make more cheddar cheese. So we need some linen. I've got some wax. Actually, let's do that. We now have 50 liters of milk again. Yep, shift click, okay. All right, that gives us 25. All right, that gives us our raw cheese, salted. Give it a little bit of wax. Now I can stick this here, and that'll take 15 days to ripen. But meanwhile, you see our other cheddar cheese. It's good for 14 and a half years. I should make one batch of cheddar cheese specifically for, not cheddar cheese. I should make one batch of cottage cheese specifically for keeping around, because I can use cottage cheese in a number of different recipes. I did re-download a mod that I had when I was playing 118, and when I updated, I didn't update the mod. But now that we're pretty much at the end game, it's worth adding the mod back, and that is the ViesCraft. And this will allow us to build a boat, a land vehicle, or an airship. I mean, we could build all 3, but those are options to build. So I think I'll start doing the basics for this, get some of these frame parts up and going, and figure out what we need, and then, well, see how far we get. I do want to make the flying machine. That's okay, it's a little slower, but we can go literally anywhere with it, and I've always been a fan of steampunk, and so flying machines is kind of cool. So I think that's our plan. We did need stuff to do, and that would allow us to explore. Would also make getting over to our translocator here much quicker if we wanted to head back to the archive, because I wouldn't have to climb a hill, go down, swim across water, come back up. Also means getting to all the Sylvite would be much easier. And oh, we can also visit traders. Speaking of, oh, and I did add paths right outside the gates, so I can actually get in and out of my base easier without getting tripped up on piled up snow. Let's see, flower pot, planter undergrowth, planter amber. All right, we might want those. Nightfall tapestry right third. Ambush, we have. Nightfall tapestry left third. Do I have nightfall done? Tapestry, I have nightfall. Okay. Well, we can come get another planter or 2, and then we can use those outside our house again. 7 gears, 6 gears. Oh, and I did want to make that display case for our bedroom. So we can actually do that right away. I should have everything I need for it. It's only a glass and a pair of planks. Glass. Planks. That makes a tall display case. Do I want to make a table for it? And then we can stick all of these in there. Nice. You know what also might look nice is if instead of doing just like I'm replacing the cobblestone and everything right now, but the different layers, how do they always appear when I'm doing something? The different, like, I kind of like that some of them stick out further than others, so I might have to do that on a few of these. See how it looks. Yeah, and then we'll layer it down with the planer, but we might alternate how much we take off. So like this is 2 layers difference, right? So what if one of these is 3 layers deep and another one's only 1 layer deep, and you get a little bit of alternating. Kind of wish I had a bigger inventory right now. I was actually looking at a couple different mods, and one of them was a backpack mod where you can make huge backpacks, and I felt like that was a little too much. I'm okay with building flying machines, but changing how inventory works, nope, that's over the line apparently. You ever walk into a room and completely forget what you walked in there for? Alright, so I want this to remove. Now, what if we did, like, removed one there, one back there, not that one, there, just sort of buried up a little bit. Oh, I don't know. It's not bad. Alright, I'm gonna keep doing this. You know? I like that. I like the little variance it gives to the walls. So we're gonna have to repeat that on the opposite side. On that side of the building. I am not going to do that to the outer walls. I say that, but I will indent all of them. Yes, and then do that upstairs also, and I think we're onto something. Yep, I like that much better. And just to be clear, in case it wasn't perfectly clear, the reason I like the variants on these, but I don't think I'd like it on these, is because these are, you know, bricks, and these are uniformed plaster, you know, building blocks. So you'd expect them to be smooth surfaces. This is cobblestone. Cobblestone isn't exactly uniformed, as you can tell by the texture. So having a little variance in how far it sticks out isn't outside the realm of possibilities, and doesn't necessarily look bad compared to if I did this, you know? That doesn't look as good. You know what? Let's make this ViesCraft machine today. We need frame molds first. That's charcoal plus firewood plus a knife. We need to then fill it with clay. Looks like any clay. And more charcoal. Then we need to fire them in a fire pit to get frame parts. I don't know how many frame parts you get per mold. Possibly 1 for 1. Then we're going to need logic circuits, which are copper bits plus frame parts. Machine chassis, which is a whole bunch of frame parts plus 3 logic circuits. We're going to need a panel kit, which is boards, frame parts, and logic circuits. A metal construction kit, which is any metal it looks like, frame parts, and logic circuits. And then cloth kit, which is any cloth plus some frame parts. And we need 1 of each of these kit parts and 1 chassis bit. So that's 3, 7, 11, 15 circuits. That's not too bad. 4, 8, 12, 24, 36, 42 frame parts for the build, plus the 15 for the circuits. That's 57. The arc spanner takes one. That's 58. Okay. Well then, let's make some stuff. Oh, you know what? I should clean out my inventory first before starting a new project. Okay, so inventory's figured out a little bit. Gonna take a stack of charcoal. Let's go back inside because I'm apparently hungry. Bakes into one frame part. So we're going to need a lot. All right, let's hope 60 is good enough. Now, these stack. Wait, these say bake in oven. I thought they said a fire. Wait, did they say fire pit or pit kiln? Okay, this says bake in a fire pit. This said... I'm getting myself confused. Okay, fire pit. So that's just a regular fire. Can cook all those up. I'm going to need to grab more peat. You know, I was thinking earlier today I should have downloaded the Better Fire Pit mod, which fixes some of the issues with the fire pit, namely when you make quicklime, it will fully cook the item and then the temperature of the items will reset and has to go all the way back up again. So that's what takes quicklime so long to cook, is because the lime will heat up to 825, cook one batch of quicklime, and then the quicklime and then the lime will drop back down to 0. Yeah, I guess technically 0, and have to work its way back up to 825 again. See, that's what it does. All right, this is gonna take a while, especially if I'm using peat. I don't want to use charcoal too much because I have to go deforest half the world again to make another batch. I do have a little bit of the anthracite I could use that burns for a very long time. The peat burns for 25 seconds. This burns for nearly 10 times, at least 8 times as much. Yeah. All right, you know what? Let's grab 10 anthracite. 11. Let's bring it down to 30. We'll toss this in the fire pit and use that to finish cooking this, or at least make a difference in cooking this. On the plus side, it also gets hotter, so it should speed up the temperature at which they cook at. But now I have to wait a while. You know, the space looks pretty nice at nighttime. Okay, we're going to try this again. I was one click away from being done with the arc spanner, and then I clicked the wrong spot and I ruined the recipe. There was no way to recover from it. Okay, no misclicking this time. There we go. Arc spanner and one piece of frame gives us the arc spanner tool, which we needed. We needed 15 of these circuits. And now we need to make a cloth, a metal, and a panel construction kit along with the frame chassis. So that's 3 of those. That and a whole ton of these. The cloth kit is 7 cloth. 4 of those and 4 of those. Metal is 7 metal. Looks like it's any metal. 4 and 4. And the panel is 7 planks. 4 of those. 4 of those. There we go. Throw to unfold machine chassis. There we go. Then we need the arc spanner in our hand. I can put that down and that down. Shift plus right? Okay, and we need to click these on. Shift right click. Shift right click. Shift right click. Okay, so we have all those done. Shift right click. I wonder if the snow's messing it up. There we go. Now we're at this phase. Ooh, okay. Temporal assembly. Item is a combination of machine type and machine mode. So we need to make a type, which is, I want flying. How do we do that? Alright, so I need to make a flying circuit, which means I need to make more frame parts. I made 60. It looks like I'm going to need at least 65 to make the flying instruction circuit. And then I'm going to need another 5 to make it into a temporal assembly. That's the hauler mode. I mean, that's what I want. I want the hauler mode, but there should be a way to... Okay, let's see. Temporal... Okay. So flying darter would be... Ah, it depends on where you put the hammer. Got it. Alright, so I gotta make some more frame parts. I'm gonna need 2 temporal gears, which is not too bad. Ooh, that's gonna be cool if we can get that Better Ruins blueprint. Make the blue lamps like what we saw in the archive. Okay, now I'm just going down a rabbit hole of stuff I don't need. I'm going to go make a few more frames. How many more do I need? I need 5 for that. I need 9 total. Okay, we got the new circuits. We need 4 circuits, 1 temporal gear, 1 frame piece, and our hammer. That makes the flying instruction circuit. And then we need to upgrade this to the flyer hauler, which is 4, 1, 1, and this needs to go over here. Flyer hauler. Got it. So if we click back in, press R, we need to put this there. And then we have 4 inventory slots. So if I put a backpack there, let's grab the extra backpack from upstairs and see if that's what it wants. Oh yeah, look at that. Place that. Oh, chest, crates, barrels, stills, buckets, troughs, cages, fruit press, quarns. Does not take a backpack. Do that. By the way, to get this menu, you press R. Okay, so each chest gives you 8 inventory slots. Alright, and does it render? It does not appear to render. At least not with only 1 in it. If I have more, it might. We have a lantern slot. Put our lantern on the front. Okay. This is pretty cool. Am I going to need to build a helipad next? That sounds like an idea. Okay. Back to here. Then we need to make batteries. Batteries are charcoal, temporal gear, and our arc hammer somewhere in the mix. 8. That's a lot of charcoal. And we can put that in there, and then insufficient battery charge. Okay, I put the battery in, and I put the pellets in, and they're firing, it looks like. and that's adding power to the battery. And that gives us 30 seconds of runtime with the battery full. Okay, so now it's on. Spacebar ascends. Shift made me fall out. I was expecting shift to bring it down. It will turn itself off. There we go. 30 seconds after you leave it. So, if that happens, or if when it runs out of power. So if that happens, that's your solution. We could lock it. Useful for servers. I play on a single player, so that's not much of an issue. Ooh, this is awesome. Okay, so the battery's charging. We're going to let it run for a while. Or, well, let it charge up for a while. One pellet adds 30 seconds. So I made 128 pellets. Well, that's an hour. I made an hour's worth of fuel for it, which is pretty good. Not enough to go exploring. And now we can, if I go back to this, there's a detailing system, so we can add textures to the machine. Panel detailing kit to, I guess, change the wood color type, because it looks like the weathered? That's weathered. What's it called? Okay, this is gonna bother me. I have to go downstairs and find the planks. Aged. The texture of the panels of the boards look like it's the aged wood. I'm sure we can add our own different color to the balloon. So if I wanted to make the balloon, I don't know, my favorite color, teal, we could probably do that. Let's see, what else could we change? Metal detailing, so we can change what color the metal looks. I think it looks fine. I mean, for the most part, I think it looks fine as is. Don't see a need to really change anything. I do need to get myself a way back up there. But there we go. Now we can go exploring and not have to do it by foot. Next step for me, well, okay, I have to craft up 3 more chests so that I have a chest for all 4 slots. It says it can take crates. Do the different items... Well, okay, what does a crate do that a chest doesn't in this regard? Oh, okay, so it doesn't seem to make a difference storage-wise. Now, what if I take this out, put it down, and put something in it? Oh, right. If I break it now, everything's just going to drop out of it. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Well, this is going to be a fun toy to play with in the future. You can actually do a flyby of the base, let you see what it looks like from the sky. Remember I lamented that the chest didn't render on the ViesCraft airship? Yep, just took relogging into the world. So it will actually show at least the crates, or what crates you have on it when you're flying. You can't... Can you access them outside? You cannot access them outside the airship. You have to be in the seat to access the inventory. But now we have an airship, we can go exploring. And now I have to figure out what sort of landing pad I want to make. And I was actually thinking, if you remember the old, what was it? The Amazing Spider-Man cartoons. There was a bad guy. I don't remember which, but he was, I think he was the mob boss bad guy. But he had in his building tower that he worked and ran everything in, it actually folded out. And there was a landing pad there for either a helicopter or a jet. What if we build a landing pad on the back of the windmill and we can land on the back of the windmill? I would have to do something to get around back to the patio? No, balcony. That's what it's called. I always forget what they're called. To get to the balcony, but I think that's doable, and I think it looked cool. But that's going to wait till next time. Until then, thank you for joining me today. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Later.